This is the Barefoot Granny, coming back to you from the mountains of Virginia. Before tonight, I had tried and tried to talk to you and make you realize how strong, how wonderful, and how precious you really are. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Wear that precious pearl around your neck, because that pearl represents you. You all know about this because we've talked about it. But you are that precious pearl. I don't know the actual percent of women who are abused each day, but I feel that percentage is much, much higher than reported. For some reason, many women out there feel like they deserve the punishment they receive. I'm here to say, no, you don't. You don't deserve that. Right now, I'm ready to tell you, you go run and look in that mirror, and then you scream in that mirror, and you say, no, I don't deserve this. No, I don't deserve to be abused, to be treated badly. And you keep on repeating it and repeating it in that mirror until all of a sudden you start to realize, hey, I'm good. I'm better than good. And I'm better than the life that people are throwing at me. Every woman in the world, and I mean all over the world, it's not just here in Virginia or in the mountains here or in Virginia or in Texas or in California, I don't care where you live. But every woman in the world at one time, or more, I'm sorry to say, has had to endure at least one of the following things. They've been overworked because they're a woman. They've been cheated on by their man. They're underappreciated or underpaid because we're women. We don't deserve the kind of money that men do. Physical abuse. Yeah, I could go on and on and on and on. But I feel like one of the worst things that happen to women is mental abuse. And I have a feeling a lot of you women out there are shaking your head right now. Yes, it is. All of us need to be fighters just to make it through life today as a woman. Remember, as my song always says, we are strong. We are invincible. And we are not the weaker sex. We're not. So, I want to talk to all of you women who I know are not the weaker sex, but there is also a different kind of fight that we have out there. It is something that takes over our body, and it is one of the few things that we have little, if any, control over fighting, or whatever. We have to do what other people tell us to do, in this case, many times. All of the things I've mentioned before, as I said, we have control over. But the one I'm talking about now is called breast cancer. It is said that 1 in every 3 women get breast cancer. Just think that. 1 out of 3. To me, that's scary, because when you stop and you sit here, okay, you have a grandmother or 2, you have a mom, you have sisters, you have aunts, you have cousins, yourself. I've just mentioned, like, hey, 10 people. So 3 out of those 10 that I just said to you could very easily, including yourself, come down with breast cancer. And it is scary. I know, because I'm one of the 3, and I'm here to say that there is life for women after breast cancer. I'm not just a survivor. I'm a fighting, kicking, biting, scratching, screaming woman who refuses to go down for the full count. I'm not going to get down on that floor and not get up. I listen to this song. I'm not going to be down on the floor and not get up. I want to tell you, it changed my life in the way I looked at a lot of things. I'm more appreciative of everything. The sun sets, the sun rises, even though I hate to get up early in the morning. I don't see the sunrise much because I don't like early morning. I'm a night owl. But when I first got the news about having cancer and that it was really a bad lump, I mean really, really bad, it took the wind out of my sails, so to speak. And I cried. Oh gosh, did I ever cry. I cried. I cried a lot. But then all of a sudden, those mean genes that I've been telling you about and those other things, I pulled everything out. And I said, okay, I need to fight. And I need everything I can muster up in this old body of mine to get up and get me through what I was about to have to go through. Everyone has their own way of getting through bad times in their life. Some people stick their head in the sand, bury their head in the sand, and try to pretend like it's not happening. And you know, that isn't me. I'm not somebody that hides from anything. I never have been. So I'm no different about having to deal with things, but I have a real weird way of looking at life. I look through life through different glasses. If I don't wear glasses, but if I did, they would probably look the wildest, craziest old granny glasses you've ever seen. But I try to turn things into something that I like. Okay, now, don't get me wrong here. I hate, and that's a really bad word that I don't use often, but I hate breast cancer. It is a horrible thing, and it is still a killer of women. It's been around for a long time, but it still kills women every day. But I love to dance, and I love music. And this was me, my life, and my way of how I was going to survive for the next few years of my life. I felt like I was in a marathon dance, and dance with cancer, who was my leading dance partner, my only partner. And it led me on and on and on. I mean, it led me through some really bad times. But for those of you that don't know what a marathon dance is, let me explain. You and your partner begin to dance with lots of other couples. You dance all day, all night. Then you dance through the next day and the next night. And you keep on going until there are no other couples left on the dance floor but you and your partner. The last couple standing wins. You dance fast songs, you dance slow songs. But the rule was you could not stop for any reason. Any reason. You can't stop or you lose. Well, this was one dance contest I could not afford to lose because the prize was life. My life. So I danced and I danced for over a year. I was never allowed to stop. I was never allowed to take a day off. It would have been fun if, okay, you're sick. Tomorrow, please let me wake up and let me feel like I used to feel, do what I used to do, be the granny that I was months and months ago, not hurt, not throw up all the time from chemo, not go through all the prodding and the things that they do when you're sick, and especially with this type of thing. But I was never allowed to stop. I couldn't take a day off for any reason. I danced through surgery. I danced through chemo. I had chemo, the hard stuff way back then. For 6 months, I had chemo. I danced through radiation. I had 39 treatments. It took a little over 7 weeks. I danced in and out of hospitals everywhere. I danced in and out of those hospitals for so many reasons. Sometimes I didn't even know I was there, but I had to be there because I was bad off. Each dance got harder and harder to even stand up, much less putting one foot in front of the other just to move forward. Each new song led me further and further out onto the dance floor, way, way away, far away from the friends I knew and my family and all the people that I loved. The whole time, the friends and family were on the sidelines trying to encourage me, cheering me on, telling me to fight, to hold on. Don't give up, don't give up. That is what loved ones do when you're sick like this, when you have breast cancer and other bad things like that. But sometimes you feel like the world and God has let you down. But for me, the word give up has never, ever been in my vocabulary. I don't know the words. And they weren't going to creep in on me right now. There was just too much at stake for me now not to fight and win. Throughout my dance, I met many a woman who just couldn't dance another step. I cried over and over for them to keep on putting one foot in front of the other foot. But I'm sorry to say that it didn't always work that way for them. And they lost. Even to this very day, 12 years later, I know that cancer is just waiting in the background to tap me on the shoulder and break into my life and want to be my dance partner again. I can only hope and pray that he will never show up at any dance I ever go to in the future. In closing, though, let me remind you what my mama used to say. Any day is a good day when you wake up and you're looking down at the dirt instead of up through it. And gals, I've been there, and I'm still looking down at the dirt. Remember, we're strong. We're invincible. We're the stronger sex, and we are women. Good night. Yes, I'm wise, and you are too. You are wise, and you're a fighter. We are women, and we can do it. I can do anything. Strong. I'm invincible. I am women. So are you.